Hey, whoa, yo. Hit him, hit him, hit him. No big, no big. Hey, hey, you finna die, baby.
Wow, Steph Curry not a playmaker. Reason? He averages 5 assists. You know, this is such a bad take that I'm actually impressed. I think I just went over this in one of the last videos. One was the MVP race and the other was the best point guards in the league. And that's the whole reason I went there, talking about Steph Curry's assist and how his playmaking goes beyond that. It's because there is still a subsection of fans, mainly on NBA Twitter, that thinks playmaking means you pass the ball. There's more to it than that. See, the other guy on this thread gets it. His mere presence creates open shots, and then this just goes back to the fact that nobody watches basketball off ball, if that makes any sense. I feel like a lot of people, they watch a basketball game and they just look at the guy who's dribbling. They don't look at the defender, they don't look at the cuts that are happening, they don't look at the setup leading to a play. Steph Curry instantly becomes more valuable if you watch all of that when you see him play. But in the meantime, we will just keep believing he only shoots threes because that's what NBA Twitter says. Hey, did you all see that interaction the other night? De'Aaron Fox saying he's the fastest player in the league. Then Westbrook scores an and-one and says he's too fast. Well, our friend down here says he did say he was faster and he is. Fox was jogging back and was keeping up with him. Okay, you know what? That's fair. I'd rather build my team around Fox. Hey, okay, alright, chill, man. Chill. Look, man, I get that there are reasons not to really love Russell Westbrook as a point guard. There's a lot of bad that comes with him. He's gonna take a lot of bad shots sometimes, at certain games. He's gonna turn over the ball. Look, there's definitely some annoying things that come with Westbrook the point guard, and there's a lot of negative things I could say about him. But me taking a second-year point guard over him is not one of them. Fox has had a hell of a season. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's improved a lot, the Kings have improved a lot, but man, this guy took a leap of faith going from Fox is faster than him to I'm gonna build my team around Fox. I'd rather build my team around Fox. Difference of opinion, you know, go ahead, do what you do, but I feel like there just wasn't a whole lot of thought put into that. Oh, this is good. Shout out to Lo for putting me onto this. Y'all praise Jason Tatum but hate on Andrew Wiggins. Wow. And to make his argument better, he posts Jason Tatum's stats next to Andrew Wiggins. They're averaging similar points, similar assists. Their stats are all around similar. Okay, let's have a conversation about context, son. The lack of context on NBA Twitter will have you doing 25 to life out here. Couple of things. One, Jason Tatum is a second-year player. Problem number 2, he's playing on a Celtics team with multiple other options, and I think that's part of their problem right now. You got Kyrie, you got Hayward trying to get back into the thick of things. Jaylen Brown needs shots. Terry Rozier's in a contract year. Marcus Morris takes a lot of shots. Tatum does not have a main feature in the offense right now like he would if he was playing on a worse team or a team with just less options. This guy is actually in the same violation as some professional sports networks. I've seen these networks compare two players and just leave out percentages. How do you do that? That's important. But you know what? I'm feeling generous today, so I'm just gonna write him a ticket and do it for him. Currently, Jason Tatum shoots 45% from the field and 39% from 3. Wiggins shoots 39% from the field and 35% from 3. Another issue is Wiggins is in his he has been in longer than I thought. He's in his 5th year in the league. This is a guy who, when he came into the league, people, well, specifically Kevin Durant, was saying that him and Jabari Parker could be Hall of Famers. Okay, that's one guy, but a lot of people did have really high expectations for Wiggins, and he's gotten worse. His defense is worse, and to cap it all off, Wiggins is playing on a monster contract because he told the Timberwolves he was going to improve. He promised them he would improve and work on his game, so they gave him a bag. And I mean, hell, if that's all it takes. I live right near Amway Center. I'm about to head down there right now and tell him, boy, I'll be in that gym all day, every day. Give me $1 million contract. This is my favorite. People on NBA Twitter cannot enjoy shit. If it's a highlight and one team is down, then everyone is in the comment section, oh yeah, they're down by X amount. Like, fam, just enjoy the highlight. But not just that. People just find ways to be negative. This was actually on a Giannis highlight. I don't remember what it was. Or maybe I think they were showing his stats. And the guy comes down here, shoot a 3-pointer. You know that's the one thing that I dislike about the Steph Curry era. is people just assume if you can't shoot a three-pointer, or casuals anyways, they assume if you can't shoot a three-pointer, you can't play. While I do think it would help Giannis's game to add a three-pointer, as a matter of fact, we all know it would. Isn't he currently averaging like 26 points on 60% field goal percentage? Why would he shoot a three right now? Why would he bail the defense out and do that? The fact he's shooting 60% while being the leading scorer on the team means people know where he's going every night and they can't stop it. He has a team full of shooters around him. They're winning this way. They're contenders for the East right now. Nobody knows who's actually coming out of the East. We all assume it'll probably be the Raptors, but it's gonna get tight there in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Anyways, yeah, this is a common violation, common NBA Twitter violation. I guarantee you, go under the highlight of any player and people will find a way to be negative for no reason. On a funnier note, you just knew we were not going to exit a thread about three-pointers without mentioning Ben Simmons somewhere. Hey, this next one is actually funny. This was directed at me. This is like on GTA when you go and purposely harass the cops and try to get them to chase you. I poked fun at that John Wall block on Lonzo Ball last week because it was it could have been mistaken for a tackle. So I say excellent tackle by John Wall. God quotes me and says, "It's always a foul when you lose." Does that say when you lose? Chief. There's at least 3 indicators in my profile picture that says I'm a Celtics fan. From a mile away you can see that that's a Celtics avi. Anyways, I still found this funny. Because let's say I was a Lakers fan, and I was pissed that Lonzo Ball pretty much got mauled on a layup attempt and he got no call for it. How do you argue in front of everybody it's a foul when you lose, insinuating somebody's mad because they lost, so now they're just blaming the refs? Fam, do you do you see this? Oh man, that's crazy. Get in the back of the car. Oh, for fuck's sake. You know, I just can't avoid these. I made an entire video. You guys saw it, right? Earlier this year, I made a video about the Chris Paul, I guess you call it fiasco, where he was supposed to be in LA, then it got vetoed. Well, you all who saw it, y'all understand what happened. The NBA owned the Hornets, therefore they could make the decisions for that team. Yet, here we are, 8 years later. People still don't understand that the NBA cannot just stop super teams. They don't have the power for that. Yet this guy says, and this was in a thread on the day they were talking about the Chris Paul trade, he's the commissioner. If they can block a trade, they can block a signing also. LMAO. Hey yo, you know when you're confident about something and you put LMAO on the back? Okay, I'm gonna say it here again. I'm gonna sum up that video just for any of you who are confused. DeMarcus Cousins and KD can go to the Warriors because they are free agents. The NBA cannot control that. They have the Rose Rule, which is the reason right now the Celtics can't trade for Anthony Davis. So I guess that's aimed at trying to curtail that. But they cannot explicitly just come in and say, oh, Anthony Davis just signed with the Warriors? Nah, that can't happen. Unless they have ownership of the franchise. It's been 8 years, fam. If there's a part of basketball or a part of any sport that you weren't there to experience, before you get online, just look it up. It takes 2 seconds, just look it up. Speaking of looking things up, I was all over this thread about Kobe having both of his jerseys retired because dudes on NBA Twitter literally live to hate Kobe Bryant. He's been retired for like what now, 2 years? And dudes will really wake up just to make sure he's not getting credit for something. Anyways, this guy is saying that he thinks number 8 Kobe was better, saying to never forget the 81-point game, that he was setting a record and it was just pure dominance all game. But you just knew there was gonna be one actually head-ass person on here that just had something to say. Our friend down here says it's not a record. Wilt scored 100 and had multiple 80-point games. Multiple 80-point games. Alright, as for the rest of this guy's statement, it's whatever, fam. If you think 24 was better, that's your opinion. Saying he was never close to the best player for the first 3 championships, that's questionable. Never close? The only time I remember him being never even close was in 2000 after he sprung his ankle, but that's a different conversation. Wilt scoring 100 and had multiple 80-point games, my guy. Not only did Wilt Chamberlain not score 80 points multiple times, no player in history has scored 80 points multiple times. There are 2 players in history that have ever passed the 80-point mark. There's Wilt Chamberlain with 100, and then there's Kobe Bryant with 81. After that, it starts at 78 and goes down. There is nothing that says casual on NBA Twitter like confidently spitting non-facts. I mean, don't get me wrong, Wilt was a beast, but the guy was not constantly getting near 100 points. As a matter of fact, just to compound that, he's actually only got 4 games where he had 70 points. Yeah, look, there's bad opinions on Twitter, there is bad takes, and then there's just misinformation. Speaking of bad takes and misinformation, if I just had to guess how much of both of those would be under this post, it makes me not want to go in because I'm gonna need some backup.
Yeah, oh what? Yeah.
I just wanted to hop back on here to say that I did do the last NBA Twitter police video on my second channel actually, but I wanted to see how it would do here. So if it does well enough, I'm gonna make it a regular thing, but either way I'm gonna post it on one channel or the other. But the important part is, if you see terrible takes around the internet, because as you can tell I actually took some of these from Instagram and Facebook as well, make sure to tag me. My social media handles are at the end of the video, they're in the links in the description and in the comment section. Tag me, send them to me through DMs. And always use the hashtag NBA Twitter Police because that's where I'm looking through to see all the bad takes in one place. Makes these videos a lot easier, and it gives us a lot of enjoyment to be able to laugh at these clowns all in one place. So if you're interested in helping me clean up the streets, that's all you gotta do.